Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, where we have a mission to wake the world up to what's possible. And here today to help me with that mission is one of the most amazing author experts of a new book that we have coming out called Love Warriors, the Conscious Expert's Guide to Healing, Joy, and Manifestation. Kai Sun Rose, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. This is so exciting to be part of this book, Love Warriors, since that's my jam.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have these conversations with all of you. You guys, Kai Sun Rose is the founder of the Love Warrior Project. Like, how is this so perfect? She is dedicated to helping others heal the wounds of their past and become a clear conduit of love and shift into a profession that they love, what they do, and do it from a place of love. That is a lot of love, girl. I am so excited. You know, when I read about your mission, and then I'm like, oh, this book. I'm like, yes, okay, this is so perfect. So thank you so much for being willing to share your story, first of all, in the book, and for the incredible master teachings that you're sharing there too. This book is full of the awareness practices like yours that will transform people's lives. Would you share a little bit about your chapter with us?
Certainly. I really needed to share the journey of listening to my heart and my soul. And this is the journey. And it was a long journey, but what I found in that journey is peace and love. And so that's what I wanted to share, is that a long time ago, when I decided to go on the Native American path, it was really for a journey of self-healing. And all I could do is try to find some peace in my life by healing my core issues. And what I found along the way is that listening to that little voice inside was really helpful, and it made life easier. And I was thinking, I said, I used to call that voice my angels, and I have to listen to my angels, and I need to learn to listen to them. And because I heard them more with time, and then I listened to them more with time, and then I acted on them more with time. But only recently did I really understand that it wasn't my angels, it was my soul. And it was my heart, which is like the soul of the body is in the heart. And that's what I've learned, is that is what guides us. And if you can tune into that, understand that that is the part of us that wants us to live a life of joy and peace and love, then it can be a fun ride. And it wasn't a fun ride up until I really understood, okay, it's not the outside of me, it's all the inside of me. And so it was a journey of self-discovery, but also self-healing. And that when you get that, it all becomes doable. Life becomes doable. And it's sort of exciting because you're just like, well, what am I here for? You're here to love, you're here to heal, you're here to be love, you're here to show love, to share it, and to hope other people can feel it. That's really, what I've learned in the last 25 years being on the Native American path.
Yeah, the ride can be fun, you guys. Did you hear her say that? Like, this can be maybe something different than what you thought. And I wrote down the soul of the body is in the heart. Yeah, like I feel that that deep place within. I love that you're talking about listening, and even then what happens after listening, right? You take the aligned action. Do you want to say anything more about that?
Well, that was the challenge, was to, yeah, okay, I heard you. And then you realize in retrospect, like, oh, I didn't do what that said. And then you realize, oh, and something pretty like dramatic or difficult happened. And like I said in my chapter, you know, like until the proverbial 2x4 hit me on the head, I woke up and I said, oh, if I listen to that voice a little bit sooner and do what it's suggesting, like it's really guiding me. And then I realized, oh, I'm guiding me, you know, and you act a little bit more every day. And really on my path, and I'm a sun dancer, which is a very spiritual ceremony. It's the most powerful ceremony that the Lakota tradition does. And we know that we are pitiful human beings. And I love that I learned that, because it really gives me the perspective that, you know what, I am going to try to do that a little bit better tomorrow. And I'm going to try to be kinder tomorrow and be more compassionate tomorrow and love a little bit better, love myself and love somebody else, because that's all I can do. And so that voice and that action is all in service to being a little bit better every day.
Yes, I love it. That awareness, turns me on. I'm listening to the nuggets you're dropping right now. When I created the idea of love warriors, I wanted part of that definition to be about showing up, knowing that our vulnerability is one of our strengths. And that was one way I defined being a love warrior. What does being a love warrior mean to you, in addition to what you've already said?
Well, now that I'm down the road and seeing with a much bigger perspective, I really am understanding that it's following the heart and the soul to live your best life. It can't be any simpler than that. But to know that it can be joyful, it can be flowing, it can be easy if you do connect into the heart. So the love warrior is a pretty like bodacious person who really goes the extra mile to do their inner work and listening to that heart. And it's not the chatter of the outside, it's the chatter that's going on in the heart that you listen to. Because, you know, the collective consciousness is all about fear and all about, you know, belonging and not really standing in who you are. So a love warrior stands in who they are, in their heart, and listens to that guidance about what are you here to do? And what I'm here to do is help people hear that voice and do their healing and do their work so that they can go out and make a difference in shining their light, you know? And so that love warrior is a strong individual who is guided from within, guided from their soul, guided from their heart.
I love everything you're talking about so much. I'm like writing all these notes today of these little nuggets you're dropping, and the awareness is big here, you guys. You hit on it. I was almost going to follow up with like, well, help people figure it out, but it is about listening to your heart. And okay, so this is what you help people do, right? Aside from writing this chapter for this book, tell us more about what you do, how you work with people. What else are you up to in the world?
Well, I really have been guided to help people to, again, know that they can live their life without suffering and pain. When you can wake up to that idea and you can say, okay, I own that I'm living in pain and suffering, help me get out of it. It's an inside job. I'm going to look within. Then there is a person who wants to do the work. And what we want to do is we want to like get at those emotions, get at those problems that keep us from shining, keep us from hearing clearly. So really releasing the baggage of the past, the emotions that have been stuck inside of us, keeping us in these patterns is what I'm really trying to help people to do. And I do that through a lot of different ways. I do that through voice dialogue and a meditation practice that's called evolutionary mystic meditation. What I loved about that was that it includes the divine. It helps you give yourself to the divine to heal you, which can be done in a moment and can be done. Like I see miracles on the Native American path. So I say, listen, we can do miracles if you just believe. So of course I need the person who is really surrendering to their divine, to the divine of all of us. And recently I've been working really diligently with the emotion code and the body code. And that is such a delightfully gentle way to release emotions and to not be ruled by our patterns. But there's still a lot of healing to do on patterns and understanding why we act the way we do. And when you can liberate yourself from that, then your life is more in flow. Your life is more in ease, and there's joy. So the purpose is to bring joy to your life by looking within, saying, yes, let's get rid of the baggage and liberate ourselves from all of that pain and suffering, and then awaken to the possibility that you are the divine in this physical body, and you have a job to do. You're here to do something. So with all of my modalities, that's really where I want to take someone who said, just like me 24 years ago, I need to heal my core issues. I need to figure out what I'm here for. And then the door opens. You're on the path and the door opens, and all the right people come to you. So that's what I do.
Yes, it does work like that. I'm so excited to bring people like Kai to you all, because as you're listening, you're hearing her talk about multiple different kinds of ways. And what's so awesome about our healers who have these master teachings for you is that they've devoted their life to understanding it, walking their own walk, experiencing and healing their own stuff, so that they could bring to you their magic that is a culmination of all of these different beautiful modalities, right? That's what makes you, Kai, and all of our authors so unique. So I know you all, if you're curious about something that's been said, right? We have Kai hooked up with her website down below. Take a little exploration, click on the site, find out all about all of the different things that she's up to with her Love Warrior project, and more about the way she works with you, because it could be the way that you've been waiting for, right? And that's what I want to tell people who've lost hope about their situation. Don't quit. There is going to be somebody who is going to bring the magic your way, and it's just a matter of like Kai said, you're going to attract all of those people to you. Maybe today's the day, right? Okay, Kai. So one of the biggest missions I have with every single Brave Healer Productions book is to help our readers live extraordinary lives. Sounds like you have a similar mission. So no matter where you are on your journey, the books are going to help you answer the question, what else is possible? So Kai, what's one simple stepping stone you'd like to share with our listeners today that's going to help them on this journey? What do you want them to know today?
That all the answers are within, and all of the masters say that. So that's where the voice is, and that soul, that heart, is part of the divine. And once you really get that, it all becomes a really cool ride. So being quiet and listening to the silence and listening to the soul express itself in the silence is magic. And all you have to do is just try to listen to the silence, and the soul will speak.
I love it. Yes. Yes, with an exclamation point. Kai, thank you so much for what you do in the world and for being here today to share it with us.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. So if something you heard today made you curious, you've got a question, or you need some support, please go on and scroll down to the show notes. You're going to be able to connect with Kai there on her website. She's very generously there for you to help you take those next steps, answer your questions, give you the next step support that you've been craving, right? Go check out all of the amazing things that she is up to. one of our other big missions of these books is to give you the experts and the community that you need for the healing, joy, and manifesting an amazing life. So you're invited to our self-healing book club group on Facebook so you can continue these amazing conversations with our authors. Ask a question, right? Our entire community is there for you. And please join us. You're invited to our live stream book launch party on January 6th, 2023. It's coming up in the new year. That's going to be on the Brave Healer Productions Facebook page. I've got you hooked up down below for that. I'm going to be chatting with all of our co-authors for the Love Warriors book, who are going to be there to share their wisdom and inspiration with you. And if you happen to be listening around that date, that means you can hop over to Amazon and grab your copy of the book today. And lastly, today, everyone, remember, your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. If you're ready to become one of our next best-selling authors, then head on over to bravehealer.com. It is time to be brave. See you next time, everyone. Thank you, Kai.
Thank you.